Next, I will show you how to configure primary and backup path and FortiGate firewall. Previously, if you remember, we configure two default route. Let's go to that firewall and go to network and click static route. So we configure two default route with the same administrative distance and priority. So it means both will be installed in the routing table. So if we go to static and dynamic, here both are installed, static and static, and both will be utilized because both have the same administrative distance and same priority. However, I want to make one as a primary and second as a backup or secondary. So what I can do, I want to make when one as a primary to keep the administrative distance 10 and priority 1, and I want to make when 2 as a secondary or backup with the administrative distance 20 and change the priority. Either case, if you change the administrative distance or the priority, so you can make the other one with the lowest AD and priority will become the primary. So our goal is we have two internet connection. We can actively use only one and have the other as a backup. We can achieve this simply by configuring default route with different administrative distance or priority. Keep in mind, or priority. Then the path with the lower value is preferred, and only if it is unavailable, the second one is used. This is the main concept of primary and backup. How can I achieve this? So let's go to our firewall. So I already access firewall 1, and here we have two static route configure. So the one which is the primary one, if I edit them, click edit. So keep the administrative distance 10 and priority 1. Go back to the second one, and here let's change the administrative distance, make it 20. However, keep the priority 1. It's okay, no issue. And if you refresh, now you will see the administrative distance is different. So what will happen now? Only one route will be installed in the routing table. You can see only one static route. And if you check here and the routing table static, only one, you can see them. However, if you check database, both are available. In the database, we have the second one with the administrative distance 20. It is there, but it's not used. Okay, until and unless this primary is available. This is the main concept. So I change the administrative distance, and this way I make one as a primary and second as the secondary. Okay, and if I go back to network and click static route, here you can see the distance and priority. In case if these two columns are not available, click here and you can select distance and priority. Similarly, if you want to verify here and click here, in case if you cannot see priority, metric and distance, again click here and you can choose priority, distance, metric, and it will show you. Okay, so this is done. Now one route is a primary and the second route is a backup, and also we verify through CLI. Through CLI, I show you that if you make them static, it can show only one route, and if you set database to show the entire database, then the second one is available. However, it is not selected right now. Okay, the one which this sign is being selected, you can see this sign star with the greater than sign. So right now this one is selected, you can see the sign. However, the second route is there. Now let's test this, it's using this one or not. So let's configure the policy quickly. We will discuss firewall policy later in detail, but because to test this one I need a policy. Okay, let me log in. So I need two policy quickly to allow the traffic. So let me create quickly. One is to allow LAN to WAN 1. Okay, and choose the interface LAN and choose the outgoing interface to WAN 1 and choose the source all, destination all, okay, services all, and net enable, and choose all session and click OK. This is just for one. Okay, now I need another one. So what I can do, I can copy this one and here right click and paste below. Okay, this is for second one. Okay, so what I need to do, click edit and just change the name. So LAN to WAN 2. Okay, LAN to WAN 2, and just change this one to WAN 2 and keep the same and only enable the policy and click OK. So now allow, by the way, let me change this the name as well, so it's better. So it should look like similar. Allow LAN to WAN 2 and click OK. So now I have two policy to allow the traffic, any traffic from LAN to WAN 1 and any traffic from LAN to WAN 2. Okay, and now we can test. So let's go to PC1 to test. So if I open PC1 and let's go to check the IP configuration, which we configure is there or not. So 10.0.1 and the gateway is 10.0.1.254. It's okay, and let me clear the screen. And if I say tracer T and go to 8.8.8.8, let's verify which interface they will use. They are using 1. Okay, and because we have this one as a primary, if you go back to network static route, we make this as a primary because of less administrative distance, and the second one is not available, and we verify this through CLI as well. If you go back here, so you see 1.254. okay, so it's using this one. Let me cancel this one. I know it's using this one. Let me Control C. Okay, and let's go back and maybe let's verify from PC2 as well. So let me log into PC2 to double check. Okay, and let's go to the terminal and trace route. Okay, and type 8.8.8 and let's end. So again, it's also using 1.254. It means WAN 1, which is the primary link. In case if you want to check, let's check from the PC3 as well. No issue. All of them will use the primary link. Okay, so let me log into this one and let's trace route and type 8.8.8, or you can type anything -n, and let's see. So this one is also using the primary link. The other one will not be used until and unless this one is down. So we verify from different LAN PCs. Okay, and we have the fourth one as well. If you want, you can verify from that one as well. So let's go to verify from here if you are not sure. Okay, stop. So elevate this one. So let's go back to firewall 1, and if you go to logs and report forwarding traffic, here you will see as 10.0.1, 10.0.2, 10.0.3. all of them is using destination interface, this one, WAN 1. If this interface is not visible, again you can click here and you can choose the destination interface here. You can see destination interface role. A lot of things are available. You can enable and disable the column from here. And the source net, so it's using 192.168.1, means our port 1 is using. You can see all the traffic is using port 1. So we verify from here, and also you can verify if you go to dashboard and go to FortiView source. So you can verify from here again WAN 1, and this is the source net IPS using WAN 1. Even from the CLI, you can verify that it will use the WAN 1 link, because that one is the primary link. Okay, so let's test another thing. Let me clear the screen and let's start to ping 8.8.8 continuously from PC1. Okay, so continuously the traffic is going and is hitting, by the way, the WAN 1 link. Okay, and you can verify from the logs as well. It's using ICMP traffic. So if I refresh this one, and here let me filter here, and here you can verify through ICMP as well. It's here, and here as you can see, its traffic is sending to here from this one, and it's using WAN 1 link. Okay, it's using WAN 1 link. Now what I need to do, until and unless the other one, keep in mind here which one is used, 1.254. If I go to my firewall network interfaces and let's shut down WAN1, choose this one, and there is a set status and make them down, and let's go back. There will be it will switch over. You see there is one drop and then a switch over to the second one. And if I go back, let's verify from here, it will change them to, because let's see now, yeah, you see it's changed to this one, ping. Okay, because we are using ping, sorry. So it's changed from 1 to 2 now, and it's using WAN2 now. And how we can verify? Previously it was showing like this, because when 1 is down, so you see it's changed from 1 to 2, even though the administrator distance is 20, because the lowest one is not available. So now the backup link is automatically available, okay, because of when 1 is down. So it switch over to ISP2 automatically without anything, okay. And if I verify from these PC, previously it was using 1.254. If I do the same thing, this time it's using 2.254. Previously it was 1.254. Similarly, if I go to the third PC, it was using 1.254. If I trace route, now it's using 2.254. Automatically switch over to the ISP2. And also we can verify the logs from the here. Either we can go to dashboard, FortiView session, and from here is switch over to WAN2. Now is here. You can see WAN2 has been utilized. Also you can capture the packet through CLI as well. And if I go back and set database, so in the database, because the lowest administrative distance one is inactive, SA is inactive, it means it's not available. So because it's unavailable, inactive, so that's why I switch over to the second highest administrative distance one. So if you configure two static route with different administrative distance, so the lower administrative route is active and the higher administrative distance route will not show in the routing table. We discussed this theoretically. Okay, the backup route with the higher AD is hidden until and unless the primary route fail. So now the primary route has failed, which is inactive, and now you can see in the routing table, here is the second one, which is the second highest administrative distance. So this is one way to make them one primary, another secondary, and we test them, and it's working when the other one is down. So let's go back, and let me go back to bring up, okay, and set status up. Now it will switch over again. Okay, so it will switch over again. If I refresh, so now it is available. And if I go back, okay, and let's verify, now you can see again it's 1.254. And if I go back to here and check here, it will go back to 1. It's go back to 1. Similarly, if I go to here, previously it was 2, it will switch over back to 1 because that one is less administrative distance. Clear? And also if I go to PC1 as well, so there is a drop and then it will start to use WAN1. Okay, now it's using WAN1 again because there is a switch over. This part is clear, yeah. So through administrative distance, we can make one route as a primary and another route as a secondary. But we have another way as well. If I go back to a network, a static route, okay, and this time rather than to change the administrative distance, I can keep the same administrative distance and I can change the priority to 2 and click OK. And both case again it will be the secondary one, the backup one, but the only thing it will be still in the routing table. If I go back, you will see both are in the routing table, but this will be used. When one will be still used because of the lowest priority, not with the lowest distance, because both have the tiebreaker administrative distance. So then the another tiebreaker is the priority. So the one with the lowest value priority will be selected. So again, if I click here and let's trace route. Again it will use 1. Why? Because both have a d value same, but the reason is the priority. Now the priority is the lowest of the when 1, so they will utilize when 1, and again this will use when 1 as well, and this when will also use when 1. And if I go back to here and let's try here trace route, so it will also use here when 1. Let me control C to stop. Okay, this time I change the priority. However, the only difference I see that both are available in the routing table. If I here, so you see both are available. Previously one was available, now both are available, but the only difference is due to this priority, this one will be used. Okay, clear. So this one will be used, and when we test them, so again when one is utilized from different internal PC, we verify, and also we can verify through the logs as well that which one will be used. Again when one will be used, and if I go to FortiView session, so again when one will be utilized. Okay, and we can capture the packet as well. Again we can repeat the same thing. If I try to continuously ping, it was this one, not this one. Let me do the continue ping here. Okay, and what I need to do, let me go back to the interface and shut down when 1, so it will switch over to when 2. Okay, so let me select this one and go to this one and down. So for a while there will be some drop, and after that it will switch over. Now it's switch over. Okay, and how I know I switch over, so if I check here, previously it was 1. Okay, and now if I check, it switch over to 2. You can see a switch over to 2. Also we can verify from here, it was 1, now a switch over to 2. And also from the logs, if I go to logs, and now if refresh, you see a switch over to 2 now as well. And if you go to FortiView session, and here a switch over to 2 now, you can see the logs are there. So the same concept. So we have two ways to change them and to make them primary and secondary. The main purpose of these things to show you. Okay, and let's go back to CLI. What happened here? So only 2 are available because 1 is down. We make them down. And if I say database, so in database it will show you inactive, that this one is inactive, not available. That's why we switch over to the second one. Also you can verify this through the network and go to static, so you can see only 1 is available and the other one is not anymore there. Okay, because of the because it's down, due to down. So if we have 2 static route with the same administrative distance but different priority, so FortiGate choose the route with the lower priority number. Both route can exist in the routing table, which we discussed theoretically, but only the lowest priority route is active. The higher priority route become active only if the lower one fail. So this is the concept. Let me restore this interfaces back. Okay, let me select so that I can bring them back and sit up. And now again it will switch over to the other one. Okay, and if I verify, so it will be 1 again is here. So I restore. This is all about the primary and secondary route, and what you have 2 choices to change. The administrative distance, either the priority. However, if you change the administrative distance, so the route will be not installed in the routing table. But if you change the priority, so the route will be installed in the routing table, but it will not be selected as the best route. This was the only difference I show you. And you can make one as a primary, second as a backup, primary and backup based on the priority and administrative distance.